Hi guys, I hope you're having a good day today. I have an idea that I wanted to share with you guys. I have quite a bit of this fabric that's really thin and fine and silky like. This was an old skirt. I don't think I ever wore it. I just bought it because I thought it was so colorful and beautiful. And I wanted to use it somehow in junk journals, in paper crafts. And here's another piece of a dress that I think I did wear, but you see, I just couldn't think of any real ideas of how to use these fabrics in a variety of ways. I did use some that I made into like little curtains on pages, for instance. You know, you could peek underneath there and there might be something nice, a lady or a flower or something. But again, you're limited in the ways that you can adhere it because you don't want your glue to seep through, and it's very thin, it's easy to seep through. So this is just kind of a long way of going around to say that I think I might have discovered something that that could work. So I will show you what I did. I took and I used this fabric onto freezer paper. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I have my iron on. Oh, here's the iron. Put it on all the way hot. We want it on all the way hot. This is very similar to what we've done before with napkins. We made some napkins. Here's some, in fact. I could show you napkins that we adhered to freezer paper like this. And this is napkin. You can use this in your junk journals and in any of your paper crafts. I made multiple bags, little gift bags out of the paper napkins. So this is just an idea of adhering fine fabrics to the freezer paper. So get your freezer paper and then get a piece of baking paper or parchment and your iron. And I'm gonna move this one out of the way. There's another one, a little bit of a scrap that I have left of another one. And I'm gonna show you the results of how I played around with that. But first I'll show you how to iron it down. So first thing we wanna do is get a piece of freezer paper out. Just get a manageable sized one. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a manageable sized one so that I can work with it here. Okay, so it's going to be curly at first. Just turn it over and make it nice and flat so you can work with it. And I am going to I have this bag of scraps, and I'm going to go ahead and pull some of these out and show you what we can do with these. So this is like silk. This is really nice. These are just some silk scraps that I bought, I don't know, online or something, probably Etsy. So let's see, we got this one kind of pretty, this one kind of pretty. Ooh, they're so pretty. So now we have an opportunity to actually utilize these better because we're gonna make these basically into paper. So I'll start with maybe this one. So turn it over. Put it down. Goodness, it's trying to fight me here. Let's try a flatter piece. Well, maybe if I iron this first. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so Now, it won't fight me. You can lay it down. Lay it down on the freezer paper. Then baking paper. You don't want steam. You don't need steam for this project. Just real hot. Real hot. Make sure that your baking paper is completely covering the plastic. I guess I should have pointed out that it's really important to know that you're using the plasticky side up of the baking or the freezer paper. There's a dull side and then there's a shiny side, and you want to have the shiny side up because that's the plasticky film that you're going to have your cloth adhere to. So now I'm going to be honest with you here. This is not permanent. It's not going to hold down forever. I don't think. No, you can peel it off. If you really try to peel it off, you can peel it off. Some fabrics actually peel off if they're kind of thick or thickish in any way. You can really do this with anything, I think, although I haven't tried it with super thick fabrics. Those will peel off, but it will hold down long enough for you to work with it, and that's beauty. So I got a little bit more space on this side. Maybe I can find another scrap. Let's see, something pretty. Ooh, that's kind of pretty, huh? I'm gonna use this one. Doesn't fit all the way. Does it fit all the way? We'll do it anyway. Okay, let's try it. So get all the way to your edges and corners, and yeah, and there we go. It's basically on there, you guys. So now we have cloth. It's not cloth, it's fine fabrics that are they're paper now, and this just absolutely thrills me. And I don't know why it does, but it just does. And I'll show you a little bit about what I did with some of the fabrics that I had done this with before. I made a journaling card. I backed it with packaging material, like a box from food or something. And this is a pocket. This is just still attached to the freezer paper only, and I was able to seal the edges by sewing around it. And so the thing is with these is you kind of have to either do sewing, like in this card and in this pocket, or, such as in the case of this tag, you can seal your edges with washi or any kind of tape. And that is what I did here. So that's the skirt back there, behind there. Again, packaging box material. And made another tag. Again, backed it with a little bit of cardstock and put some lace on there and sewed around the edges to hold it in place. So this is something that you have to be cognizant of, the fact that you have to seal the edges either by sewing or by tape. At least that's what I've discovered. If you can figure out another way, if you can seal the edges maybe with glue, or if you want to do any other kind of sealing that you can think of, do that. So here's another journaling card, packaging material. So the paper itself it's not very stout. It's just something that can hold your fabric flat and you can work with it. Now, again, I made the pocket, so I think like it would be good as a pocket. It might be good as a journaling page, for instance. I'm not really sure how well, you know, it is white and it's a little thin, but again, it just gives you something that you can work with. I put this one and glued it on top of this so that I could make it maybe into belly bands. You know, you could like cut it down into bookmarks, sew some lace around it, or just edge it with washi like we did on these others. So yeah, really cool idea. And I just think that it has so many possibilities, and I'm kind of excited about trying some of them. So I wanted to share that with you, and maybe we can make something together real quick. Okay, you guys, I think I've got it. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I found this box, and I think it's gonna make a perfect little journal. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the excess. Okay, so yeah, how do you like it? Nice little journal, little bitty one. So what we can do is cover it. I think I might cover it with this beautiful paper. It's just so pretty. Get this like this. I wonder if I should reinforce the spine real quick, just so I can feel better about it being secure. Okay, so I got some of this Tyvek tape, and I just like to have a reinforced spine on my journals because it just makes me feel better. So let's do that. There we go. That's all we needed to do. Now I'll put my popsicle stick back on the tape so that it doesn't stick to itself. All right, here we go. Woo-hoo. Taking our cloth paper, or whatever it is called, turn it over, and go ahead and glue it down. Okay, and I will glue the back using, I'm going to use this Scotch permanent glue stick, and here we go. And then I will glue it down. Make sure that I leave enough to wrap around to the inside. Now simply cut around it, leaving a margin. Look at this. You couldn't really do this with just the fabric, because the glue would have seeped through. It just wouldn't have been as manageable as this, in my opinion, unless you guys know of a way. Because if you know of a way, then please by all means let me know. I couldn't think of one. So we still have this left. So this one worked really well for me, and I was happy with it. So we want to make sure that it folds nice. Make sure it is nice and secure. Even though, like I said, we needed to seal the edges, what we're going to do in this case is seal them around the edges, and then we're going to be able to put a piece of paper in there, and we could either sew it or we could just glue it down, and it would actually should hold. So here's a situation where sealing of the edges will work in this way. So I'm going to miter the edges. I mean miter the corners. Okay, and then fold around. And then I'm going to use some double stick tape because I think it works well for this kind of an application. And I just put it all the way to the edge of the paper. Okay, so I'll start with the sides since they're here. So we're going to start with the sides. See, look, it's coming up already. Coming up already, you guys. This is a fact. But it's okay because we are totally going to fix that. In fact, we could, and I will, just actually put a piece of tape on there and hold it down because we're going to put a piece of paper over the middle. And so it's going to be sealed. It's going to be fine. Again, this is just giving us something to work with. So I don't really know if it's even necessary, but we're going to do it anyway just to keep it a little secure. Keep it more secure. So that one's down. Do this one. Okay, that one's coming up too. It's okay. It's okay. We got this. We got this. Tape it down. And we can still work with this. I'll try to make the corners neat if I can by tucking them in a little bit. Actually, I don't know if this is necessary because it's kind of coming apart. So I'll just fold it. I'll just fold it down and do this one. I'm just going to reinforce some of this. Yeah, here we go. Oh, look at that. Will you just look at that? A little bitty journal with a beautiful, colorful cloth cover. I just love it. I love it. So I'll put paper inside here and then also around the edges just to make it look nice, but I could even just probably firmly glue down another piece of paper in the middle if I wanted, and it would be good to go. So yeah, how about that? So here are what we did today. The journal cover from the skirt, and this piece of fabric. And we did these two pieces of silk fabric, which are still on. They're actually pretty good. They're definitely work with the bowl. And then we have this one that I glued to some junk mail, and also the journaling card pocket, our washi tape edged cards, and tag and sewn tag. So yes, we can use our fine fabrics in our junk journaling. So if you guys do this and you come up with something great, please let me know, and I will see you in our next video. And if you like this, go ahead and like this, with the thumbs up, and subscribe, and leave a comment. If you have seen this somewhere else, let me know maybe where you've seen it so that I can check it out myself. Maybe I'll look around. I didn't do that because I just got excited and wanted to make it and take it from there. But yeah, let me know what's out there if I've missed it, and you guys have a great day. Okay, you guys, I went ahead and had to test it. So I put a piece of scrapbook paper inside the journal and glued it down using Scotch permanent glue stick. And honestly, I think it's holding down pretty well. I mean, if you didn't have a sewing machine or didn't have, you know, the ability to sew it or to edge it with tape, or if you didn't want to do that. Anyway, I think that it would hold okay. I think I am going to go ahead and sew around it just to make doubly sure, and because I like the look of it. But I wanted to show you that, you know, I think it would work. So here we go, we've got that. And there was a couple of things also that I wanted to mention. One of the things is that you might be concerned about the fumes from the plastic on the freezer paper, and I can't really vouch for that as far as how toxic it is or anything. Probably do well to have some ventilation, have windows open, but I'm honestly really sensitive to stuff like this usually, and it doesn't bother me at all. I can barely smell it. So, you know, for what that's worth, use your own judgment on that. Also with the iron, I did mention to put it on all the way hot. To be honest with you, low heat is for suckers. It just does not work well. I used to work in a dry cleaners. I did a lot of pressing, and we used the highest setting for everything. It didn't matter. Fine silks, everything. Of course, we used steam, and it was, you know, professional grade and all that. But really, fabrics are fine with the high heat, and if you want to have them nice and flat, that is just the way to go. Also, since I was telling you before that the fabric is not permanently sealed onto here, you can, if you don't like the way it turns out, you can simply peel it back off, and your fabric is just as good as new. There's no plastic residue on it. It's just the same as if you never ironed it. So if you're concerned about giving it a try and maybe ruining the fabric or anything like that, I don't think that's a real concern. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this, and I'll show it to you when I get back, and then I'll let you go. Okay, you guys, I did it. I got it sewn. I don't know how well you can see, but here it is sewn, and it is not going anywhere now. There's a little bit. You can see I had green in the machine, and I had white in the bobbin. So I've got it all sewn, and it's not going anywhere ever. And this is going to make a beautiful journal, and I'm very excited, and I will see you guys later. Bye.